Hello all, I had a lot of fun doing my last video blog, so expect to see quite a few more of them in future. Today I'm going to talk to you about, well, one of the things I've been occupying my time with while revising. When I'm busy I like to make lists of things to do, after when I have free time. So I've been compiling a list of summer activities for me to do after the exams are done. So I'm going to share that list with you in this, complete with pointless transitions and lots of text along the bottom. Right, my list starts off, you'll notice it starts off useful, all the, tasks start off useful and then progressively get more and more pointless. And, yeah, usually I do them in reverse order for obvious reasons. Right, so let's begin. Number one on my list is to start my own technology blog. I have always followed sites like CNET and, other technology news sites. And, always wondered if that could be, a possible career choice for me. So I want to start my own blog to, I guess, compete against them. And I want to write at least once a week about whatever's going on in technology. And yeah, I always have these sort of rants in my head about Apple and Microsoft, and I thought if I turned those into words and put them on my Imperial blog, then all my readers would go running. So yeah, I'm going to start my own personal technology blog, hopefully, and post at least once a week. Number two on the list is to read 5 books by at least 3 different authors. This may not seem like much to a lot of people, but I am not a very well-read person, and I usually stick to Stephen Fry, Douglas Adams, and whatever my English GCSE teacher tells me to read. So, just to improve my writing skills, I would quite like to broaden my horizons in that sense. So this is again helping towards journalism and whether I could be a decent one in future. And number 3 is again career-orientated. Do one thing to improve writing or journalism skills. That's very broad and it would probably amount to taking a creative writing course or doing something. I guess I'll figure that out later. Yes, so when I started the first 3 I must have been had one thing on my mind. Right, now we get into something a bit more interesting. Write one complex iPhone application. I've already done one, but it was sort of following a tutorial and it was just flicking my name across the screen. And as fun as that one was, I think no one would really want to use it. So I'm going to try and properly learn how to do Objective-C. I do a lot of coding in my course, so it shouldn't be too much of a stretch. And properly write something that people would want to use, that I'd be proud to have in my iPod Touch. And right, I guess that sort of fits in between useful and completely pointless. So let's start with something interesting. I've been having a bit of a Pokémon phase at the moment. So it all started when I went home and I found a box of my old Pokémon cards and just started reminiscing. So number 5 on my list is to complete a Pokemon game from start to finish again. And so that's going to be a lot of fun, Game Boy Advance for a day or probably 2 or 3 non-stop just capturing Pokemon. And number 6 is when I have a phase or an interest in something, I usually go on Wikipedia for a half an hour to a day to just, look at pointless facts. And when I was doing that with Pokemon, I found out there's 12 movies. So I'm going to watch all 12 movies, which would be quite fun. And each of them are only about an hour and a half long, so that might actually happen in one day. That'll be quite an interesting blog post when I do that. Number 7 on my list, drawing back to something a bit more useful, that's jog twice a week. We all have our own, health goals, and that's my one. I'm probably not going to keep it. That's why I never set New Year's resolutions anymore, just because I know they're going to fail on January the 2nd. Number 8, release 1 independent podcast. Those of you who know me know that I do a podcast. I am part of the iPod team at Imperial, and we release, we've actually released quite a few this year, so I do recommend you go and listen to them because they're all amazing. This is not to do with journalism so much because I'm not going to have a regular podcast, but I just want to know how to do it, how to deal with RSS feeds and all the editing involved. I want to get a bigger grasp of that and hosting and all that. It's actually quite a complex world, so I want to try and release at least 1 podcast. And if it's slightly decent, I'll advertise it on the blog, so you'll have a look. Number 9. Learn to juggle at least 4 balls. I can juggle 3, but I feel like that's not odd enough of a talent, so I want to try and make that 4. As you can tell, I'm actually quite embarrassed by that, but it goes down well at parties. So, yes, the only way to prove that is to show me juggling 3 balls, which I'm going to be doing now with my voice in the background. Excellent, that's some editing for you. And number 10, I was kind of struggling because I didn't want to end it at 9, so I wrote, I said I'm going to learn to write left-handed. My right-handed handwriting is pretty bad, so my left-handed isn't too much of a downgrade. So yeah, this is Dimitri Martin. He can do that sort of thing. He's a comedian, which I do recommend you listen to him. He did this just by focusing and only writing left-handed for us so long a time. So I want to try and, I don't know, be ambidextrous. I think that's quite a cool skill. And so yeah, that's my list. Hope you don't think I'm too weird after that. But that's what I plan to do over the summer, assuming I don't have another retake. And then now let's ask some questions. What would you do? What would you add to my list, or what do you have on your own personal list? What are your big plans for the summer? Be they useful or be they pointless? Please leave a comment down there below, whether you'll be either watching this on YouTube or my blog. Please leave a comment and tell me what you plan to do. So cool. Thank you very much. Thanks for reading, or thanks for watching, and I will see you again soon. Bye.